All right, welcome back to the Steelers Fix. It's Jeremy Betz. It's Andrew Wilbar here with you, and we've got a special guest, Thomas Incoom, joining us today. Edge prospect, ready to get rolling with the NFL draft and with his future career in the NFL. So, Thomas, man, thanks so much for joining us today. Let me start off by asking you this: you've got a lot of events coming up in the pre-draft process, including the Senior Bowl in just a few weeks. And just want to know how you're preparing for that event and what you're hoping to show scouts.
Oh yeah, I'm at XOs in Pensacola. Getting better every day. Working on the Senior Bowl prep and the combine prep. And one thing I really want to show the scouts coming up in a couple of weeks on the Senior Bowl is how explosive, how fast, and how smart of a player I am.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And one question, we try not to duplicate questions all the times to, all the draft prospects we interview. But one question that we always like to ask is about players that you model your game after in the NFL, right? All these guys that come out, they try to, model their game after a certain type of edge rusher, based upon, maybe how they're built, just, the style of play they enjoy playing. What about you? Is there a specific player currently playing in the NFL that you model your game after?
Not currently playing, but I retired. I model myself to be as like DeMarcus Ware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very explosive. Long arm is very deadly, and that's how I see myself every day. So I just model my game around what DeMarcus did.
Man, DeMarcus tore through the league for a long time. That's a fantastic comp there. 2022 was kind of a breakout for you. 11 and a half sacks. What makes you so dangerous specifically as a pass rusher?
One is just started from the film steady going into the game, to see what my opponent is weak at and what is strong at. So when I go in the game, when I line up and I know it's fast, I just smell blood in the water and just go after it. Work my moves and trust myself with my keys, my little details and the keys, and just, success when making sack.
Awesome.
A lot of people, especially fans, overlook the small school talents, right? With the assumption that, the competition level, it's just, it's underwhelming. The Steelers have found success with a lot of small school prospects before, Javon Hargrave, Alex Highsmith, or a couple others. The Steelers have drafted some, from the Mid-American Conference, and guys that, are not, in the Power 5 conferences, and the Steelers have found great talent in those areas. Does that breed kind of an underdog mentality that you use as motivation to prove doubters wrong?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I started off from a D2 school of Valdosta State, so I've always been an underdog, and I always have a mindset I have to prove everybody wrong, not just everybody, just to prove myself how better I am, and how to hang with these big guys. And I don't think Central Michigan is a small school, so I don't think it's an underdog. So we compete with XCs and some Big Tens and Pac-12, so I see myself just fitting in fine, and always been an underdog coming from a D2 to where I am now. That's always like a trigger and fire, and always like for me to go.
Yeah, that it's interesting you say that. One of the best Steelers pass rushers of all time, James Harrison, really had that underdog mentality. I mean, he was cut, I believe, 6 times from the team before finally making his mark. So, it's important to just stick to it. I don't know if you've watched a lot of James Harrison, but another guy really explosive off the edge. Have you seen anything out of James Harrison, TJ Watt, some of these Steelers pass rushers that are intriguing to you?
Yeah, well, one thing I always learn from older guys like that and pass rushers like that is always they do what they're good at. They stick to the old move, what they special at, nothing too fancy. They kind of old school, long arm, power, speed, and they trust what they're doing. That's what I'm out of my game is. Trust your techniques and use what you're good at.
That's great, man. One highlight I've noticed from watching your tape is your versatility. They've moved you inside a little bit as well at times, and you can play multiple spots along the defensive line and specifically the edge. Is that a point of emphasis for you when you look ahead to your opportunity to make an impact at the NFL level?
Oh yeah, it is, and I'm glad I was able to do that in college, just to show the scouts and show everybody I can play anywhere on the line. And going into the future reference, I just want to whatever team that draft me, whatever position they put me at, I feel like I'll be very productive and consistent with playing and getting the sack.
Definitely, kind of a follow-up to that question, do you feel that you have the schematic versatility as well? If teams ask you to operate, whether it be as a stand-up linebacker or, more of a hand in the dirt defensive end and stuff, do you have like a preference as to, where you play, or, do you, where's, I guess I should ask is there a scheme, whether it be 3-4, 4-3, something, different sub-package defense that is your favorite to play? Or, what is your take on that? Do you have a preference as to what type of scheme that you'd like to go to?
I really don't, because I did, standing up and hands down in college, and I feel like I'm very dominant in both hand down or standing up. So it don't really matter what scheme I get put into. I will, dominate and succeed.
Now, before Jeremy, I just want to ask one more question real quick, because Jeremy will start off our rapid fire questions. And by the way, we just finished a couple of interviews with Eric Gray and Parrish Johnson. We asked them these same questions, and some of them, on either or questions, we've got it 1-1 right now. So you're going to be the tiebreaker vote for some of these, either or questions that we have. But one question that I wanted to ask you is about your background and your family. And, the people in your life that have gotten you to the point where you're at now and stuff. Who's someone in your life that you just want to give a shout out to, just for what they've done to help train you and get you to this point?
I'll say my dad, just sacrifices and stuff he had to take from Ghana to, bring us to America just to achieve our dream, and just seeing the hard work down. That man, had to go through every day. That's one thing, I had to give a shout out to my dad every day. I tell him thank you, because that means a lot.
That's awesome, man. Let's get into these rapid fire questions just to get to know a little bit more about you. If you weren't about to make your dreams come true and go to the NFL, if you weren't going to be a football player, what would you be?
I'll be in the health administration business in the hospital, because I love helping people. So that's one thing, being in the hospital is you helping people every day, day in and day out. So I'll be in the hospital working.
What is the most memorable game you've ever played in? This could be at any level, but what is the most memorable game you've ever played in?
I'll say Buffalo this year, because we went to the locker room by 21 points, and we came out and just shutting them boys out, and we won the game. So it was crazy.
That was an impressive game for sure.
That's got to be a good feeling too, to be down like that and come back and show that you're meant to be there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so what would you say is the best single trait of your game?
Quickness.
Yeah, man.
Now, I'm going to skip Jeremy's going to ask the next one, because because this is where we have one of the tiebreakers. I want to figure this out. So Jeremy, he's a waffles guy. He likes waffles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't, I like waffles and pancakes, but I believe it was Eric Gray was a waffles guy and Parrish Johnson was pancakes. So you're the tiebreaker, okay? Waffles or pancakes?
I'll go with pancakes.
Oh, okay.
2 for pancakes. Oh, man. I mean, I love pancakes too, but, a good waffle.
But pancakes just, is better.
Yeah, man. I feel you. Okay, so how about your favorite movie?
John Wick.
Okay. With any one of them, or just like the whole thing?
1, 2, and 3. And they're about 4, so I'm waiting for it.
Right on, man. Good deal.
Now, you mentioned DeMarcus Ware earlier as a guy that, you look up to, as a guy you model your game after. How about maybe say an offensive lineman, offensive tackle, or maybe just, somebody that you wish from the past could come back so that you could play against them? Who would that be?
Big Andrew.
Hey,
Andrew.
Man. Andrew Thomas.
He's very good, technique wise, strong hands, very long. Just wanted to play against him and see how it feels.
Well, I'm sure you're going to get a chance to play against a lot of really good tackles and show your stuff. But just kind of want to pose this to you real quick. Just picture it. It's draft day, and you pick up that phone, and it's Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the other line. What's going through your mind if Mike Tomlin's the one calling to make you a Pittsburgh Steeler?
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it, man. I'll probably blank out for a quick second. Just to, probably wash my face and make sure this is not a dream. That's big, from a head coach, give you a call and make your dreams come true. That's, to be a Steelers, that's pretty big. Yeah. So I'm probably blank out for like a quick second.
I know I would. I know I would. Did you have a favorite team growing up?
No, I just
No.
like it, NFL and different teams. You know, NFL, you never know what's going to happen. So
Mm.
watching
Yeah.
everybody and beating everybody, winning and so close games, and it's just fun to watch NFL.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, we really appreciate you coming on the show with us just briefly here, and follow Thomas on Twitter at Thomas Incoom _. Thomas, thanks again, man. It was a blast. Good luck to you as the draft rolls around, and hey, when you're a superstar in this league someday, remember us. All right.
Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah, man. Have a good day.
Dude, thank you.